Era, run that!
Yo, what's up? You know who it is? DJ Scream, live, locked and loaded. New Era TV is going down, and big shouts out to the director, Ayanna Shawn, for making sure everything is crystal clear. Your visual, salute that. Yep.
3, 2, 1, and action.
All right, back again, iHeartRadio, New Era TV, CBA Studios in Atlanta at the iHeart station. Just had a deep behind-the-scenes convo with my brother DJ Scream. The legend is here. What's up, man?
What's up, New Era? What up, man?
Man, good. It's good to be actually sitting down doing this with you, dog.
And you know, we've been talking about doing it. The time is right now.
Yes.
The world is open. We back to it.
Yes, I've been blowing this nigga phone up for about, damn near 7 months now. Like,
we won't go that far.
We got to do this,
We was inside, man. We had to wait till we could do it the right way.
Yeah, look, we here now, man. The legend is here. The mixtape champion is here. He's got mixtapes with Bankroll Fresh, Shawty Low, Crime Mob, Gucci Man, Future, Rick Ross. And we was actually listening to a lot of the Soulja Boy mixtapes on the way up here. And Sean was like, why the hell you playing this? And I'm like, look, they just announced the Soulja Boy and Bow Wow versus. So I'm like, let's take it back to the old Scream that really made me pay attention to him. So you're a graduate of Tuskegee, right?
Went to Tuskegee University. Salute. You know what I mean?
Okay, so take me back to the college days. How did DJ Scream actually come about?
Man, I think before that you have to go to. I've been in music forever. Like my parents met in the record store. You know what I'm saying? I started DJing at a young age, 11, 12 years old. Got my first turntables. Coming up on the east side, like Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Cedar Grove, alumni of there as well. It was a special place because, you know, being around, I guess, like crime mobs and Trillvilles and that whole situation before it all popped off. You know, we had a big basketball player, Deion Glover. It just felt like that side of town because Atlanta's Atlanta, but something special was going on. You know what I'm saying? And now we look back, a lot of special people have come from the east side of Atlanta. That's pretty much like my roots where it comes from DJing, you know what I'm saying, doing the megaplex, doing like the hood clubs over there, you know what I'm saying, the chit chat and everything.
I remember that chit chat. I remember that spot.
And basically, you know, when I went off to college, it was like starting over. You know what I'm saying? Here you are, it's me, my turntables, my books, and my dream. So I knew that I'm going to college to go to college because that's what you do.
That's what you want to do.
That's what you got to do at that age,
That's
right?
what mom and dad tell you to do.
But I know that where my heart is and what I want to do. I want to be a part of music. So, you know, shouts to DJ Caesar, you know what I'm saying, all the homies down there. Started a collective Hitmen and basically dominated the party scene from Auburn to Tuskegee to Montgomery to Gump, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shouts to all the homies down there, man. A lot of dope artists people don't know came out the Gump, the Dirty Boys.
They know what's up.
Deuce Comrades.
Comrades,
of course, rest in peace, Doe B.
Rest in peace, Doe.
Small Town Ballers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Bama done had a lot of talent for a long time. So I say that too, you know, having family there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my family's in Montgomery and everything. That's like a second home for sure. And I always, even I remember having this conversation, shouts to Frank White. When I met Doe B, I was like, oh, you know, I got lineage down there, so I'm going to really rock with you. Right. I ain't even heard your song yet, but Frank White is a brother, so we're going to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, yeah, just got through the whole college situation, got to the end of it, and at that point, it's like, I can stay here, right?
Go back, right.
You know what I mean? Because some people never leave Tuskegee or their college towns, and I could be on top easily, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to feel right if I don't go back and get that challenge at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go back home. So I came back and, you know, something that I was kind of doing in high school that I didn't do so hard in college was like mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Because you got so many parties going on in college, you can't really focus on it.
Right.
You know, that transition into I'm back, I'm in Atlanta, I'm going to the clubs, we're getting curved, of course. No one's going to just let you do a party. No one wants to hear that shit.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, probably the most clever way to do it is to sell myself mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Mixtapes, I always give people the sciences, physical mixtapes. You do your mixtapes or mix CDs, you put them out, you pass them out, you sell them, you got bootleggers, you got all this other stuff, and it's like free promotion. So even my small mixtapes at the time, I would see them getting bootleg at the east side gas stations and all that stuff.
That's why you know you're working, though.
For sure. So when I hooked up with my partner, which we went to high school, reconnected with my partner Rip. He was doing like parties, real big parties that Crime Mob and Trillville and all of these people, Young Capone used to be performing at. That was kind of like the breaking ground for them. That was at the Atrium. Then we started to have a conversation. He already has something called HoodRich, you know what I'm saying? A couple artists and everything. And then what I did is I came in and became a part of that, you know what I'm saying? And kind of became the first.
See, I used to think you were the creator of HoodRich.
It was definitely Rip and the homies. Shouts to Rip and the homies. There's a lot of homies, so I'm going to leave nobody out.
Okay, all right.
Definitely Rip and the homies had HoodRich, and then I was brought into HoodRich, and we became partners, and then we kind of became, obviously, the quarterbacks for it, you know what I'm saying, from the marketing standpoint, from this, from that. But we always shout out the homies, because a lot of homies were like, what about me, bro? Yes, you too, bro. And the homies. It's a family. It's a team effort, always has been. And that was it, man. We kind of just started hitting the ground running, doing mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? Because Rip was like, how does this work? And I was like, it's mixtapes. Like, honestly, just need help. You know what I'm saying? I think mixtapes, I've always had this blessing of kind of being a little bit ahead of the curve. This is even, me and him are talking like before Gangsta Grills became what it was, right?
Okay.
But I was like, I think mixtapes is the next big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, and then if we're going to have artists, might as well have mixtapes. We put our own artists on the mix. It's a win-win, right? Exactly. So we went through that whole thing, and one thing led to another. Touring with Crime Mob, touring with other acts, and then eventually Crime Mob, I think, kind of disbanding, and then touring for D4L. This is where we're at Shawty Low.
Yeah, okay.
And that led into the Shawty Low, and then met Soulja Boy along the way. I think it was through Mr. College Park. You know what I'm saying? Did them projects. Low introduced me to Rocco.
The list goes on, man.
To Gucci dissed. Some of it was competitive. If two people weren't really seeing eye to eye, they wanted a Scream tape. You know what I'm saying? My Scream tape got to be better than so-and-so Scream tape. Led to a Jeezy, led to a Gotti,
there you go.
Led to Amigos, led to a Ross, Future. You know what I'm saying? On. Like that's just kind of what it was. So yeah, there was a 2-3 year run of just, that was it, man. You know what I'm saying? We put a lot of units out there.
All right, so HoodRich, it's more of an artist / DJ crew, right?
I would say right. I would say it's a family, a collective. Right. You have DJs, we've had models. You have people who just do like promo and marketing. You have people who just people. You know what I'm saying? They just the homies. I would say it's fraternal. You know what I'm saying? Like we've always said that. Like they coined it. We would go into the club, these Spins and whoever, MLK, BG, whatever, just different places. And they coined it HoodRich DJs. There was never a HoodRich DJs. Okay. There's no logo that says HoodRich DJs.
It's just one logo.
It's just HoodRich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if we went to the club and it was 3 or 4 of us, HoodRich DJs in the building, it's like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I guess. Has a little ring to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a collective, and I consider everybody. Me and you've had these conversations. Like I consider everybody family.
I wanted to be a HoodRich DJ.
It didn't exist.
Look,
it doesn't exist.
When I came up, I came up off this man right here, and I always heard the HoodRich tags. And I would get so excited when I would hear the female version of that. Who's
Diamond.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
I always wondered. Then you got Shawty Low, and Gucci Man got one. Like the list goes on. So at the time I was coming up, I used to study his mixtapes. Now, people don't know. I know because I listen to you. You got 2 versions of your voice on a mixtape. You got the real rugged version.
That was the old mic.
And then you got to where it actually sounds like you right now.
Yeah. So what happened was, and Mike will be on me all the time about that. I had an old beat up mic, right? And the mic eventually had to be laid to rest. I'm talking this mic is old, vintage. I forgot where I got it from.
Wow.
And it didn't even have the frequency to catch my real voice. So I sounded a lot darker and deeper. The mic, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Eventually had to be laid to rest, so I had to go get a new mic.
Wow.
So this new mic is clearer and crisper. And a lot of people were like, we want the old school. But the thing is, and I think I learned a valuable lesson with that. I used to complain, man, I want the old Jay-Z, Nas, old Outkast, this and that. But the thing is, I can't even go back. People don't know, like, those were times where I was in an apartment, no air conditioning, roaches running around. Like, it was a different screen.
Thugging it.
So I don't I salute that scream because that's part of my process, but I don't want to go back there.
Okay.
You know, I don't miss there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that was then, this is now. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot going on with that old scream. You know what I'm saying? And there's a time when you just evolve, and it's still the same mind. It's still the same. When you talk about sequence and tapes and everything, it's still the same thing. Probably better tapes, but I think it kind of came alive, the new scream, with the Juicy J, Blue Dream, and Lean. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was able to
This man catalogs.
put out a tape with a whole new audience, because his audience was different.
Very
you know what I'm saying? Even with the Migos, it's like, this is like starting over, because at the point of the Migos, I had damn near been in a dime doing them, right? And to be honest, I had a lot of conversations with myself and the people around me, like, yo, I think I'm just going to hang that jersey on the rafters, not because, what else do I do? Like, unless Sade's going to call, or Prince and Bob Marley going to rise from the dead, and Tupac and Big, like, what else can I, there are tapes I haven't done, like, talk about legacies, obviously Drama's done, like Lil Wayne's, and there's certain people I haven't worked with, but outside of him in the South,
I mean, you got some of the major
who
artists,
haven't I worked with? I mean, there's probably Wayne, and
that's the only one I can think of. Wayne,
big names. You know what I'm saying? I've got in with Tip and Gucci and Jeezy. I've got in with Plies. Got in with Trick Daddy. Got in with Ross. Got in with anybody that does tapes from the South. Your Dope B's, your Project Patch, your 3-6 Mafia, your Juicy J, this and that. List goes on. You know what I'm saying? So, and even got a chance to dibble into the West Coast and the East Coast a little bit, do some of those tapes. So it just became it. I'm a big believer of, you know, we talking. There's mixtapes, there's radio, there's media. Like, I'm a big believer of, I have to set the next goals to keep myself engaged and keep myself fresh. So
there you go.
Do I still do mixtapes? I get that question all the time. Yeah, I do.
You do.
I do some tapes that make sense, and there's a couple things coming up. You know, me and OJ been building on something. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get to do one back then. So me, Swamp, and OJ, actually, we're building on something. And there's some of the nostalgic tapes that I didn't get to do. We just doing them to put out good music and for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Look, New Era might have to get on one of those, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Look, tell Swamp I said what up, man, when you talk to him.
Swamp Izzo.
All right, so in 2010, you was named MTV's top DJ of the year. How did that feel?
Man, you know, awards and accolades, bro. I always say a prayer and be thankful. You know what I'm saying? I come from a space mentally and spiritually where I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? So, there was a lot of frustration when, you know, the thing about awards is I feel like they're always a year behind. Because the year or two before that, I was like, okay, y'all playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the Justos has saluted me. Obviously, the MTV, what's the joint they were doing in Global Spin? You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of those. Up north, yeah. Right. I think it's always dope when you're awarded. But there's nothing more priceless than me walking through my city, which is why I came back, and the people saluting me. So that's my award. Like, when that happens and they say, oh, Scream, bro, you got it, bro. I'm just letting you know, I'm listening to you right now. Or when I'm in my car and I hear, I could be with my family. Ain't that you yelling on that music? Yes, me, auntie.
Did you ever go back and listen, like, and actually ride out to your old mixtapes?
It's tough because I would have probably now that I know certain things, I would have probably did so many things different. But it's always what I have to do, because this is just a special moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I miss my brother to death. I do listen to the Shawty Low tapes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a special moment for me, his crew, our crew, Collective, D4L, HoodRich. It changed so many lives, and I knew that when that was going on, I was like, okay, this is a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to document as much, just because this is a different moment. I've done tapes, but this is different. Like, we have like the biggest mixtape that exists right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not every moment. That was my first biggest mixtape that exists right now moment.
One.
You know what I'm saying?
Biggest one.
And then I was able to recapture some of those moments, which, you know, Future, Migos, Ross, and so forth. But yeah, I'll go back and listen to those. But the rest of them, it's just kind of like, again, going back to an athlete, does an athlete go back and watch every game they ever played? Nah. They gonna watch the special ones.
Well, to me, I felt like the mixtape you had the most fun on. And if I'm wrong, tell me, what's the one you did with Travis Porter where you had techniques?
That was spins and spins and techniques. Yeah. So you're right. Like, I have fun doing a lot of tapes. You know what I'm saying? Travis Porter, just obviously the vibe represents fun. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that was a situation that was put together rather like it was like, yo, jump on this. Because I think they already had it planned out with Tech and then just jumped on it. But I've never not had fun doing the mixtape because, again, I'm doing what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to have some of these people call my phone, like, I remember the first time I was on the phone with Project Pat. I'm like, I'm on the phone. I'm texting my cousin. Bro, I'm on the phone with Project Pat. You on the phone with who? I'm on the phone with Project Pat. We grew up listening to, talking about doing a mixtape, bro.
Right.
Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? And then me and Project Pat went and had lunch. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to be cool, but I'll have a lunch with Project Pat.
Yeah.
Y'all can have y'all awards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lunch with Project Pat. What y'all do with y'all like? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then Juicy J's on the other line, like, what's up, Scream? Like, that's the stuff I live for, the culture of knowing that in 1990s, Southern hip-hop wasn't cool. So even though I'm a little baby, I'm looking at Andre 3000. I'm looking at these people saying the South got something to say. I had enough intellect back then to know that if I do this and if I arrive doing this, it's a little more than just me. I'm carrying a legacy. See what I'm saying? So I'm carrying a legacy of Southern hip-hop and Southern music, which we were told back then was C-class. If it wasn't East Coast music or West Coast music, what am I talking about, the South?
Right.
It's Outkast that came and busted down them doors, and Goody Mob, and then the Camps and everybody before me, you know what I'm saying, and the Pastor Troys and everybody. So, like, when I see Troy, every time I see him, I say, remember, bro, if it wasn't no you, it wouldn't be no me. It's like, that's real that you even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
say that, yeah.
Salute that. So I understand that it's a legacy, and what I've been trying to do is, without preaching, saying to the people that's coming in now controlling the legacy, like, let's treat it dearly. You know what I'm saying? Let's not take it for granted, because I think a lot of us in hip-hop as a whole take it for granted how many mouths this shit feeds. So when you see someone, you know, lose their life, when you see someone, you know, incarcerated for a long period of time, it's just another L for the culture. This is a $1 trillion culture.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? And we're missing billions from bullshit. So
exactly.
I just try to do my part. I know that entails community. I know that it entails everything else. And that's what I have to go with, what gratifies me the most. It's never, trust me, you award me, you do an article on me, you salute me, I appreciate it, I'm grateful. But for me, the bigger thing is making sure that I'm doing right by the legacy. Making sure that, shit, DJ Jelly proud of me. Michael Watts proud of me. These people that I talk to and they fuck with me. Like,
right.
That's important for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
coming up.
That's what I'm saying. And they did their thing. And then this is the next level, and it keeps going. It gotta keep going. If it don't keep going, then what? It falls off, it stops, and we don't want that. So that's the bigger picture.
The bigger picture, one of the biggest artists from my time coming up, you work with Doe B. Take me back to that night where Frank White told you about Doe B's death. Like, how did it affect you?
You know what? It did. The crazy thing is, it happened December 28th. I was on vacation with my wife, and my birthday is December 29th. So I was literally at in Vegas, having the time of my life. Like, I'm unplugged. I just saw Doe B. We could go at my birthday party. It was good. We all partied. Right. Happy birthday, Scream. Going on this vacation. When I get back, we're going to get to it. What's next? And honestly, when I started seeing it at the table, you know, it went bad. The table went bad. I was winning money, and then this went bad, you know what I'm saying? Which I should have just got up, but I was like, nah, I think people just talking shit. Like, this can't be right. I just seen them, you know what I'm saying? I think I ended up talking to Frank White, like, the next day. And you know, I'm not the type of person that wants to know why, how, you know, there'll be a lot going on, right? But it has been a pleasure to, you know, saying, obviously be a part of Doe B Tapes. It's been a pleasure to be able to chop it up with his mom a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And it's something, I'm gonna be honest, Newera, like, that's another part of me kind of like distancing myself from the streets and the mixtapes and shit. It's something that I've had to become somewhat numb to. Had to deal with it with Dobie, which was a close person. I'm working on my album now, right? So these are my people that fuck with me. Like, there's rappers, then there's people that fuck with me. Let me call though. I still got Dobie records that didn't come out from now.
Wow, really?
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So Dobie. Didn't happen with Chinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Bankroll shit happened.
Right, Bankroll.
Low wasn't violence, but then Low. So I'm looking at my track list from my album like, bro, I'm gonna go into this. That's a big part of why my album didn't come out.
I was gonna want.
I don't want to go. I don't have, like, you know, there are other friends like Chains, Salute Chains, and you know, Juicy J. There's other friends and other homies, but these are my homies that's passing away. Like, that's taking away. It's like 4 or 5 of my homies. These are my homies. Like, it ain't about, we just want to make a dope record and go shoot a video. And
it's
fuck
more
around.
personal.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a space of having to do records with people who are rappers who are about their business, which I respect. I didn't help them launch their careers.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of became frustrating. But salute to the Juicy J's, the Dolphs, the 21s, and everybody that did hold me down. But after that, it just didn't feel right. It's like, I'm finna do an album without my homies. I can't do it with them.
Because I was wondering what happened to that album. You were signed to
it's MMG and Ross,
right? And you said, you know, you put out a HoodRich anthem, which you know I still play to this day. Classic, and you kept on saying album coming soon, album coming soon.
Did the first album, the timing was shaky. It was a lot going on, label stuff, and I pretty much leaked it. And then I started over because I was like, this album not gonna feel the same 6 months from now. I think the second album, the vision and where I was going, we were kind of on the same page, meaning as like Atlantic. Me and Ross were always cool on the same page. But, you know, I had like Dolph on there before he was Dolph. I had the first album, I had a lot of Future before he was Future.
Okay.
They didn't get it.
So can we still get these albums?
They're around. I leaked them.
No, I'm saying, like, they
leaked them. Okay, my bad. Edit. I didn't leak them. The engineers, they out there a little bit.
It's on the web.
You can catch it, and if you go check the Legend, Legend Project.
Let me see. I'm gonna get on YouTube.
Check the Legend Project. DJ Scream.
The Legend.
Just Legend.
Legend Project.
There's. If you listen to that, it makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a Migos record on this. A lot of that. Some of those were my album. You got to put in.
You got to dig for this screen.
Go to Google. Let me see your Google, man. So then we had
Scream put out an album I never got. I ain't get it.
When I first you know, parted ways in on good terms with Atlantic, the first thing I went to do, that's it right there. Oh, that's really one of the albums. You know what I'm saying? When I first parted way, I had Big Rule. I had Ox from Belly. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
Lil Hot.
Rest in peace, Lil Hot. It's another homie I lost.
Dang, I see why.
So when I just flew straight out to Gazi out west, and then, you know, immediately became like an independent situation to put out some music, and the music that I still could put out, I just kind of started just giving it to my core following so they could just, you know, fuck with it. So.
Gotcha. So that Scream came out with an album, and so make sure y'all go support that. I'm sitting here with the Legend right now. Let's fast forward a little bit. You went from Hot 107.9 to 105.3 The Beat. We're here now. So how did that situation come about? And touch up on it briefly. Just briefly.
Well, really, the first person to give me a chance was XM. On radio. I had an XM show. Before it was Sirius XM, it was XM.
Oh, I
so
know
that was
that.
HoodRich Radio.
Okay.
And a lot of records broke there. So that was like shouts to Furious Styles, Leo G, everybody, right? Sirius and XM merged and kept HoodRich Radio going on Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation. Gotcha. Years in the running. You know what I'm saying? I recently parted ways with them. Good terms this past December. 15 years, we did our thing. First interview for Futures and a lot of first interviews, a lot of records broke on that platform. So salute to them. And when we got, it was Bill Black who hit me and was like, yo.
HoodRich, right?
No, Bill Black, just DJ Bill Black. It was the program director at Hot at the time, or music director.
Okay, I'm thinking the other guy.
Yo, I want to bring you over to Hot, mix on the Dirty Boys show. I'm like, shit, I fuck with the Dirty Boys, the homies, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Okay. So I got a night doing that. And then Eventually, obviously, fam, Corey B, Spins, everything. We doing our thing. We on fire. So then Black and Dave pulled us aside and gave us a radio show. Radio show now, right? Sunday nights, a lot of history made there, a lot of records broke. Same thing, what we doing. So we're doing serious and we're doing that. It just came to a point, again, growing is important, you know what I'm saying? So when the trinklet of an opportunity was at iHeart to go full time and do every day, then it's like, well, I have to step up to the plate. Just what I said earlier. I got to go to the next. So it's not to this situation. Y'all have y'all situation. I understand y'all can't move anybody out of y'all starting five right now. What happens again in sports? Yo, you got to let this person go start somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's really what it was. And yeah, it's been a blessing over here. Just some legendary interviews right in this room. That's the chair Janet Jackson sat in. That's
I might take this chair home with the screen.
You know what I'm saying? We had the Migos up in here, Gucci, Jeezy, Tip. A lot of legendary freestyles been happening lately. Benny the Butcher came in here and lost his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you got bars, right?
Yeah, bars. Yeah, we do that once a week. So that's where we at, and then obviously that led to. In my brain, wanted to do a podcast. Ran into the homie Bank. Bank wanted to do a podcast, so we decided to do it together. You know, saying shouts to Baby J. And you know, that's something that's the closest I felt to the mixtape energy again. You know what I'm saying?
Doing the radio and the podcast.
Doing the podcast, namely Love Radio, but the podcast is Scream. You know how radio is. Yeah. You crack the mic, you say what you say.
And you off.
But you have to keep it within certain restraints.
You have guidelines. That you got to follow. Correct.
All right, if you want to know what Scream really on.
Big facts.
Right. Not to say, on the radio station I'm going to let you know that we in the community. You need to vote. You need to do this. This is what's going on in the community. Still very important.
Two sides to Scream,
for the kids, kid-friendly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You go.
But we all know what's really going on.
Got the big facts.
Right. Uncut, uncensored, unfiltered. Then Big Facts is going to let you know what we really on. You know what I mean?
Like that, man. A couple more questions, man, before I let you get out of here. What's a daily motivation that helps you grow in life, that has helped you in your career?
I think the biggest motivation is always being able to help other people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of always said on my journey, I'm going to help other people, because it's not that people wouldn't help me, like it was like, screw you, we're not helping you. It's just the opportunities never really presented themselves. I didn't really have much. Got a little bit of advice for a couple people here and there, right? But, you know, me and Rip had to fight, you know what I mean, and the homies. Like, we had to fight to knock down a lot of these doors. We're coming in with a brand called HoodRich, which at the time had 2 bullet holes in the logo, and there's a lot going on. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, might have kept their distance from us and everything. But we stayed true to what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's important. And to look up and have HoodRich Radio on, you know what I mean? Like, stay true to what you believe in. And that believe what HoodRich always really meant was, you know, it's really like a dream. It's like hood rich. It's kind of like it conflicts a little bit, but it's like, really, you know, we heard the term from Birdman, but hood rich, you know what I'm saying? And hood rich represents your most vivid dreams, bro. Like, you could be from the hood and get rich. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what it represents. So we've been able to, you know, stay true to ourselves, not compromise any values and morals. And you know, the biggest thing is to look and see, you know, they get credit for their own grind and their own work, but to look and see the success of a lot of homies, Spins and Swamp and MLK.
I can't remember the last time I saw Spins, the DJ.
He just makes a lot of beats, man.
You're on another level.
Making some dope music too. Shouts to Tune Freaks. Yeah, just all the homies, man. Just to see them doing good for themselves and progressing is just dope, and it comes from the flag. And we're to this day, again, we're not the HoodRich DJs, but I still talk to all my brothers. Everybody's well, everybody's healthy, everybody's feeding their families, and that's the most important thing. So that's really what it's about to me, man. And I've been able to continuously do that. There's some podcasts that I've helped, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Kodak, Big Homie's house. Like, there's people that I help, because for me, I'm not trying to hold all the information to myself that everybody, nah, man, I'm gonna keep this to myself.
Give back. You're
supposed to spread it. Right. That's the only way we're gonna keep this legacy of Southern hip hop going. Like, we gotta spread it around and help each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest motivation, man. Just to see that, you know, just for people to want to hear me talk is cool. You know what I'm saying? And just for people to hit me up and want to know, ask advice and like, yo, what should I do about this or how should I do this? It's cool because I had to bump my head. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have nobody I felt comfortable calling. It's like, well, I'm going to have to try this and bump my head and see if it works. You know what I'm saying? So that's almost a sacrifice for the next generation. Let's have a bigger DJ, 1,000 bigger DJ, bigger than Khaled. Like, if Khaled went 5 times platinum, let's have this DJ that goes 20 times platinum.
20
like, push the limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the next level. That's the next generation. So that's how they got to be thinking. Like, it's cool. Whatever we all accomplish is cool, but what's the next level? How do we blow it through the moon? You know what I'm saying? And I know that it's tough because you need the culture to be proper. So it's a little different. Like, I was able to go around and maneuver with the homies and kind of navigate and understand the streets and bring people together.
There you go.
Think about HoodRich Anthem and who all is on that record.
Big
Just
record.
think about it
Big
off the record.
Yeah,
who's all on that record. But it's a unity moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's tough now. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it can't be done, but I understand that that's tough now.
Yeah.
So
times are different now.
It's a lot different.
A lot different, man.
Yep.
Last question. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, man?
1 year I will be a father.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations.
End of that. So, in 1 year I will be a father, for sure. That's why I see myself in a year. I will be a father, and I will be fathering.
There you go, man. DJ Screen, give out your social media, man. Tell folks how to reach you. Give out your booking information because you used to give it out on mixtapes. You gave out a direct number. We didn't get into that, but give out
your Mike Jones era, man. I was trying to get it. Now it's at DJ Screen, man, all social platforms. And then, you know, saying if we're gonna get to work, whether it's a party or otherwise, we're gonna get to it. Just holler at the homies. Check us out online, www.bigfactspod.com. Hottest podcast in the streets for sure. And I appreciate you, man.
Brother,
You
it's
know what
all
I'm saying?
love, man.
Yep.
You
This
know
guy
I'm
here has
here,
been
man.
continuously making a lot of noise. So salute, man, and keep uplifting that Alabama flag and letting everybody know about the dope shit going on down there. You dig?
Like that, man. DJ Scream, NewEraTV, CBA Studios, 50 Calo Movement, Heavy Hitters. Make sure y'all subscribe to that channel, man. Scream, appreciate you, brother, man. We out.